The governorship candidate of the PDP, Mr. Ladi Adebutu, today flagged off the governorship campaign in Abeokuta, and also the presidential campaign council of the party was also officially flagged off at that event, which was aired live on Channels Television earlier today. One could see some of the party chieftains who gathered in solidarity and support for Mr. Ladipo Adebutu, Mr. Adebutu, and some other aspirants in the PDP in Ogun State have been enmeshed in a series of lawsuits leading to Mr. Adebutu emerging victorious in the last two of those lawsuits. Let me allow you to listen to part of the soundbite from that rally earlier today.
We seize this opportunity to acknowledge the role of the judiciary in upholding the law and ultimately standing by the Constitution and the electoral law by delivering judgments that will further entrench democracy in our nation. Today we are here to formally declare our readiness as a party to take over power on the way to good governance in May 2023.
That is the agenda of Mr. Ladi Adebutu. But the big question is, how does he hope to achieve that? There's a lot of hurdle internally in the PDP in Ogun State, and of course, going up against a major opponent who is an incumbent, Mr. Dapo Abiodun of the APC, and several other contestants that will be on the ballot. Let's go live to Abeokuta, where Mr. Ladi Adebutu joins us on the program. Thank you so much, Mr. Adebutu, for joining us. And I guess congratulations, perhaps, is in order. Congratulations on one end that you've emerged in the last two lawsuits now, victorious. And now today you are able to successfully put together a campaign council which you flagged off. But let's begin first and foremost. The hurdle for you is not only at the election next year, March, but now you need to also think about how you are going to hold firm to the ticket of your party. From what I understand, that the lawsuit of 2 days ago or thereabout is not the last one. There is still another lawsuit at the Supreme Court. What are your hopes of getting through these orders?
Well, first and foremost, I want to appreciate you, Seun. Thank you for having me tonight, and thank you for being part of our occasion today. Well, it's been a long journey. You've been here and there. Sometimes you've not been our friend. Sometimes you have not been too kind to us. I have to mention, you have not been too clear in your submissions, but I think we have opened a new leaf today. You have acknowledged that there is a candidate now. We thank you, and we hope that there will be more diligent, journalism in future. Thank you very much. Well, today, so far so good. The main contending factions, as I would say, they are gone, because in PDP, Seriki and the Burudi faction, I would say, are the real contenders. And I think today that came to a head and came to an end. Today is the last day any further litigation could have been filed. And to the best of my knowledge, that hasn't been done. So that puts end to any further litigation. To God be the glory. PDP is one and the same. Any further litigation would be from people outside of the PDP. As the judge would put it, there will be spoilers. I think that was how the judge defined it, that there are people that would be classified as spoilers. So we go forward in one mind that we now have a united PDP outside of spoilers, and we have a united party. And to that effect, we have created a presidential campaign committee, and we're acting as one body to the view that we want to win elections. And we have done it before. We are capable of doing it again, and we are going to act as one united party. And I have no fear we will succeed. In Ogun State, essentially, our job is done for us. One, we have a very faulty brand to contest against, and we have a very incompetent government to contest against. So we have no fear at all that we will succeed and we shall win.
All right. Okay, great. Let's pick up the issues one after the other. Let's just clarify a few issues here. Nothing against you. We do a thorough journalism, and in fact, on the continent and in the nation, we're a frontline journalism organization here. And for my almost 2 decades of journalism, I've tried my best to be to do the right thing. And so when the court says something, we report it. When your party has crises, we report it. And we acknowledge that today you did what you did, and also that you were victorious in the last 2 cases. I think those are the facts before us. And let's move forward quickly to the issues now. I didn't see Mr. Jimmy Lawal, nor did I see Mr. Segun Showumi at that rally today. Maybe they were there, or was there any reason why they were not there? Are you planning to incorporate them or to draw them to yourself?
Well, the audio was not too clear there, but I can just piece together a bit of what you said. My contention when I faulted your journalism there was your continued reference to Segun Showumi as a candidate of the party was very divisive to our party, because Segun Showumi at no stage was a candidate of the party. The court did not pronounce him at any stage as a candidate of the party, neither did the party pronounce him as a candidate of the party. What we sincerely believe, because of the relationship he had with you, you deliberately misled the public and continued to promote him as a candidate of the party, which was not in the best interest of the public and the best interest of our party. It was not the best thing to do. But that is in the past. We have moved forward like mature people, and we are talking today. We are hoping to build a new relationship with you today. So let us move forward.
So I was making reference to Mr. Jimmy Lawal and Segun Showumi. They were not at the rally today. Are you planning to draw them to yourself?
Well, like I said, in the last judgment, the judge said clearly that Jimmy Lawal, in his actions, has acted as a spoiler from his actions by the matters before the judge. He asserted that Jimmy Lawal was essentially a spoiler. He came from the APC in March, and he attempted to scuttle the primaries to be held in May. And up till today,
Jimmy Lawan clearly has a leg in APC. He continues to act as an aide of the governor of Kaduna State, Governor El Rufai. Recently, he was on a trip to Congo with Governor El Rufai. At the last court attendance, he came in his official vehicle belonging to Kaduna State government, and he still acts as an aide of the government of Kaduna State. You cannot serve two masters at the same time. You cannot be an aide of the government of Kaduna State, which is an APC government, and at the same time profess to love Ogun State to the extent you would like to be the governor of Ogun State, which is a PDP state. You cannot love two masters at the same time. You cannot serve two parties at the same time. The Constitution of Nigeria forbids this.
Now, so let's get into one of the issues. So tonight, you have an opportunity to also, apart from the fact that we are having a conversation about the event of today and what has been happening in your party, you have a very big opportunity to sell yourself to the people of Ogun State. I mean, if they hear Ladi Adebutu, there are a lot of things that come to mind. But Ladi Adebutu, a man that perhaps will be on the ballot, what would you say you have as a capacity to be their governor?
Mr. Ashim, I do not appear to be on the ballot. I am on the ballot. That is a point of correction. I am on the ballot. I am the candidate of the People's Democratic Party. I am on the ballot. So I sell myself to the people of Ogun State because I sell some fundamental points. I tell the people of Ogun State that the failure of the system in Ogun State is because we have failed with the local government system. The moment we lost the third tier of government in Ogun State, governors failed in Ogun State. The PDP succeeded in Ogun State when we had a third tier of government. That was when democracy failed. When I tell you for a fact, that will be the first thing we will do as a government. The essence of good governance is the grassroots. We should endeavor to make sure we entrench and involve our natural rulers. We will involve our neighborhood, the security arrangements in all the local government establishments. These are the things that make the local governments very, very germane to our existence. Everybody that is a security threat lives somewhere in the neighborhood. That is why the local government is very, very important. When
Let me ask you, okay.
When we have done this, you will find that insecurity wrapped into one is solved. When we do this and we are able to solve the problem of electricity, you will find that we would have moved forward. Electricity solves a lot of issues. You will find that with electricity, darkness taken away takes away a lot of nefarious activities. That is why.
Now, so
if you
it's good that
if you allow me to talk, it will be nice.
Okay, please land. I wanted to follow up on what you were saying on the issue of electricity, but land on the thought.
If you allow me to talk, it will be nice. You will find that what I've done in most communities in the state today, I have provided more generators, I've provided more transformers than the government has done, because I believe wherever you provide transformers and provide a possibility of distribution of electricity, you will help with security. You will help with an opportunity for the communities to have opportunities to create jobs. When you have electricity in these communities, you create jobs and opportunity for our young people to be properly employed. We have communities that the transformers have gone out of commission for years. And in those communities, obviously, what happens? You get migration away. We want to do participation, public sector, private sector participation, to create small estates, industrial estates, whereby you will get an opportunity for industrial estates to be created such that you have an opportunity to create niches and industrial estates all over the place. The Constitution permits this such that our jobs will be retained. 7 nodes in Ogun State, that's all we have, where the electricity is consumed. If we can create interface with business organizations, investors, to generate this electricity within the state, in these 7 nodes, create jobs in these 7 nodes, and make sure our young people have viable jobs. Make sure, for that matter, we have areas where we can even get taxes to fund our hospitals, our social services. Then there will be good governance.
All right.
That is what we're talking about.
Great. If you allow me to hop in quickly and throw in this question. Ogun State is a state that is generating, hovering between 80 to 100 billion as internally generated revenue, perhaps the second largest state with industrial institutions or organizations. You would perhaps call Ogun State the industrial hub of the southern Nigeria. I know that a government will like to do so many things, but look, for Mr. Ladi Adebutu, if you become governor, or should you become governor of Ogun State, what is that one thing that you hope to do? Because I know in the past days that you have accused the government of the day of plunging the state into debt. What will be your major focus should you win this election?
My major focus will be first and foremost to do partnerships. Partnerships and move away from debt accusation. This government pro rata has borrowed the most in very, very shady situations. We must move away from situation that we just borrow money for the sake of borrowing money, and then we cannot actually say where the money goes. It is a cake to borrow money for white elephant projects. Nobody borrows money to build ports anymore. Nobody borrows money to build roads anymore. You build roads because people fund the roads, toll the roads, and after 30 years or thereabouts, when they've tolled the roads, they return it to government. That is the way to build a road.
So you're saying that you will not borrow, Or how would you get the money to fund government?
What I am saying is that you do minimal borrowing. You do infrastructure by doing private partnership, collaboration, and you do these collaborations, you do these interfaces, you do these partnerships. That is what you do. You don't borrow to build roads. You don't borrow to build ports. That's the way to do it.
All right.
What we have seen is that relatively and comparatively in the last 3 different administrations, this particular government has borrowed the most comparatively. And I'm telling you, in time when this is looked at critically, you will find that there will be need to call in the ICPC and the EFCC for very, very close scrutiny.
All right, let's close the conversation quickly and wrap up. Just in 30 seconds, I'd like to ask you as your final thought on the program tonight. And that will be, you are up against an incumbent that has structure of politically elected personnel on the ground. Now, how do you hope to win that election, considering the kind of run that APC has had in the last 3 election cycles in Ogun State? Just in 30 seconds.
APC is a damaged, very, very damaged, terribly damaged brand. The chief executive is terribly stained. His team, how many do we have to count? Those that are already in jail, or those that are indicted or in the process of being indicted? The state has lost confidence in them. They have already campaigned for us. The moment we got back on the ballot and we won those cases, organically, the people of the state started jubilating.
All right.
That is why deliberately they tried to keep everybody off the ballot. The battle is won already.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Adebutu, the PDP governorship candidate in Ogun State. Thank you so much indeed for your time tonight. Appreciate it.
Thank you.